back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I haven't did a sit down video in so long. Excuse the background. I am currently in my basement because I don't have like my little YouTube area set up in my room just yet, but today is going to be something different. I'm gonna be doing a sip and spill, something that's new on my channel. I'm gonna be drinking something that's called Next Round Cocktails. It's a salted lime margarita. It's white wine with natural flavors colored with paprika, and it has 13.5% alcohol. I've never had it, just thought it was cute and bought it, so let's get into it. Cheers. So I know you guys are here because of the video title, of course. But let me just start by giving a little background information that led up to the situation that I'm going to be talking about today. It's pretty good. Okay, so me and the two other girls that I'm going to be talking about, we all knew each other from like elementary and stuff, and then we all went to high school together. Basically, we've been knowing each other all our lives, and we had a trio. So it was me and two other girls. And let me just be the one to say that a trio is never a good idea, because there's always going to be that one person that feels left out, or like the other two like each other more than they like you. So that was one thing. Okay, so anyways, like I said, we all grew up together. There was me, and then there was Nancy, and then there was Alyssa. So me and Alyssa were like this. We were like sisters almost. And then me and Nancy, we were we're all right, like, you know, we're not as close as me and Alyssa were, and that's also a red flag. So me and Alyssa were like this. If you saw her, you saw me. You rarely saw one without the other. So me and Nancy, we just for some reason could never get along. Like, I would try my hardest to be her friend and get along with her, and it just never worked between us. But her and Alyssa were also like this, which is another red flag. So yeah, so there were three of us. Me and Alyssa were like this, and her and Alyssa were also like this, which I thought was pretty weird. So from day one, Alyssa was always in the middle, neutral, red flag. So anyway, so me and Alyssa would have like our moments where we weren't speaking to each other because one of the other pissed one of the other off, but we would never like take it as far as going on social media. At least I never did. Like, I never went around talking about her. Every time we would have like a disagreement and not speak to each other, I would always have someone come back to me and say, oh, she said this and that about you. And you know, I'm a forgiving person. I look past things, and also I was really naive back then. Like, you could come to me and tell me that somebody said something or did something, and I wouldn't believe you. Like, I would have to see it for myself, you know? So I never took heed to people saying that she was talking about me or whatever. So anyways, fast forward to 2019. Like I said, we were going back and forth with each other on Snapchat, so I decided to block them because I no longer wanted to go back and forth. I said what I had to say, and I left it at that. So they wanted to get on Facebook and make a post about me, and Alyssa took it upon herself to tell Nancy some information that I told her in confidence that I didn't think she was going to tell anybody, because that was like my best friend. So, you know, if you tell me anything, like a secret or anything, I'm not going to tell people. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, let me tell her this little piece of information to see if she'll tell people, because she was the only person that I told. So if it gets out, I know that it was her. And what do you know? It ends up on Facebook. So that was the second red flag, or I don't even know what number red flag we're on right now, because it was so many and I just ignored them all. Don't be like me. After that whole Facebook situation, I did not speak to Nancy. Definitely didn't speak to her. And I didn't speak to Alyssa after that, because I'm like, okay, you know, this is like the last straw for me. You took it to social media. You made our issues public. You can't be trusted anymore. Especially after you told someone that I don't like, and you know that I don't like her, something that wasn't supposed to be told. And every time me and Nancy would like argue or not speak to each other, Alyssa would always continue to be friends with her, and she would also continue to be friends with me. And I know Nancy felt some type of way about that because I felt some type of way about that. You know, you can't have a trio where you can't be neutral when it comes to stuff like that. You're gonna have to choose a side. And if you don't choose a side, you're choosing both, and that's fake. And if you choose a side, you need to stay there. She never did either, which that's another red flag. Fast forward to this year. So I started to reminisce about Alyssa and all the good times that we had and how close we were and how that was like a sister to me, and just thinking about how I'm like a forgiving person and some bonds can't be replaced with certain people because, you know, they have like a special place in your heart. But, you know, I grew up over the years that we weren't speaking. So I'm like, okay, I'll be friends with this girl again and I'll forgive her for what she did and said about me. But I'll also be friends with her without telling her my business. So just so like the situation that happened with Facebook wouldn't happen again. Fast forward to the 4th of July weekend. So me and Alyssa go out. We went to like 4 different places in like one night and we had drinks. And the last place that we went to was this new club that we have here. And we actually ended up seeing Nancy there. So Alyssa is texting me, oh my god, is that Nancy? Like, while she's next to us, I'm like, I think that's her, like, you know, type shit. And, you know, I didn't think nothing of it because prior to us seeing Nancy, there was someone that knows both Nancy and I, and she was saying that Nancy said that she no longer had an issue with me or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's cool. You know, I'll dead the issue and try to be cordial with her, you know, be like a mature adult, but I don't want to be like buddy with her or whatever. So I'm seeing Nancy and I don't think nothing of it. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's her or whatever. So then we leave the club at like 3 o'clock in the morning, drunk. The club has closed at like 3 o'clock in the morning. The lights are turning on or whatever. So me and Alyssa walk out to our cars in the parking lot and we're standing by our cars and we're talking, and Nancy just comes out of nowhere and she's yelling at me and she's saying, oh, you thought I would never see you. You thought I forgot that you said this and that on Facebook with one of your friends. And I'm sitting here looking at her like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. And she's like, oh yeah, you do. And then Alyssa tries to jump in and talk about, oh, you're drunk. And Nancy's like, oh, this ain't got nothing to do with you. And I'm like, and in my head, I'm just thinking like, it actually does have something to do with her because she's been playing both sides since like forever. And she still talks about you to this day, like in a negative light. She still talks about you. And I'm just letting her go on and on about how she thinks it has nothing to do with Alyssa. I'm not gonna say anything because it's not my place. But anyway, yeah, she's like yelling at me, coming up to me, making a scene in front of all these people. Mind you, it was only me and Alyssa and another girl. And Nancy had like 6 people with her. So I honestly feel like she was just trying to make a scene in front of those people. So anyway, she's yelling and talking whatever she wants to say. And I'm just standing there listening to her, but at the same time, I'm telling her, like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, if I would have said those things that she said, I would remember something like that. And I would have been like, yeah, I said that, and what? But I legit do not remember. I don't know if she was drunk and she just, I don't know. I was confused the whole time. But anyway, Nancy's like, yeah, I remember you said this, you said that, you thought I would never see you. Your friend said this. First of all, if my friend said something, what does that have to do with me? That's between you and my friend. And again, I haven't spoken to the person that she was referring to in like 2 years. I'm just looking at her like, all right, I don't know what you're talking about, but I already don't like you. So she's like, oh, let's fight. And I'm like, okay. Like, first of all, you're trying to make a scene in front of all these people. And I'm not about to make myself look like I'm scared of anybody because I'm not scared. Like, I really felt like I was fighting for no reason because I dead ass do not recall saying those things that she said I said. But on another note, it's like, I already don't like you, so let's just go. So I'm putting my stuff down or whatever, and she swings and we're swinging at each other, but I got hindered from hitting her because somebody was grabbing my arm. And guess who was grabbing my arm? Alyssa. If you see me going in to hit someone, why are you pulling my arm back? Why are you hindering your friend from fighting? First of all, you shouldn't even be allowing your friend to fight while she's drunk. And then you're hindering her from hitting the opponent? Red flag. Number what, 10? I didn't even notice that she was doing that. Okay, I'm not even mad that I'm out here fighting. I'm mad that my friend is hindering me from fighting. So anyway, we're on the ground and neither one of our heads are connecting because we're both drunk. Okay, both drunk. So the fight was so pointless and it was only 10 seconds long because once I got off the ground, I stood over her and I was about to start doing her in, but they want to break it up once I got on my 2 feet and stood over her. That's why I feel like it was a setup, because you guys want to break up the fight when I start standing up, but when I was on the ground, nobody wanted to break anything up. So after that little 10-second incident, me and Alyssa get in our cars or whatever, and someone calls her. I don't know who called her, but someone called her and she starts talking about the incident that just happened. But another red flag is that she rolled her window up while she was talking on the phone. I'm like, it was my fight. It just happened. Me and you were both there. What are you rolling your window up for? That rubbed me the wrong way, so I just left. So anyway, I'm driving home and I'm telling my boyfriend about the situation and what just happened and how I'm just like, you know, I'm in shock that this just actually played out that way and it just happened like that. Upon my arrival at home, I get a text from Alyssa and she's asking me, did I make it home? And I say yes. And then she proceeds to ask me, okay, did you say anything about her son? Because Nancy tried to say that I got on Facebook and said something about her son, which, like I said, I don't remember saying that. And if I would have said something like that, I would have remembered and I would have owned up to it right then and there when she was trying to confront me about it. She said, I'm not blaming you, but you know, you can be for real with me. I'm just confused as fuck on what she was talking about. And she asked me, did I know what my other friend said? I said no. She said, okay, get some sleep and we'll talk about it tomorrow. And then I think she tried to call me, but I didn't see it or I was on the phone already. So I told her, I didn't see the call, but you could text me instead because I'm on the phone. She didn't respond, so I double text her. And then she said, damn, I had the message typed and forgot to press send. I just said, call me when you're free. And I thought that was a bit weird because if you had a message typed, why didn't you just press send instead of deleting it and typing a whole new message saying that you forgot to send your message? And then if the message was as small as saying, call me when you're free, you could have sent that. So I text her and I'm like, you can't text or send a voicemail. I mean, not a voicemail, a voice message. And she was like, I was trying to see if you were good, but never mind. Like, I'm not about to type up a message for you or wait on a response from a voice message because you can't pick up the phone for 2 minutes. I was checking on you and I really didn't have to, but have a good day, girly. And I'm just like, where is all this coming from? Because I didn't do anything to you. Like, I'm so confused with where that like energy came from because we were just good before the incident and after. Like, I'm just like, what did I do to you? So anyway, I took that as a red flag once again, and I was just like, okay, this person does not have to worry about hearing from me ever again, because I've given this person so many chances to just be a good friend to me. And it's like every time I gave this person chance after chance after chance, I got shit on it every time. And it's like, you know, I'm tired. I tried to come back and redo things, you know, like have a friendship the right way this time. But at this point, I feel like after this, I'm forcing it because I was just unprovoked as hell. Like, it's just red flag after red flag with you, and I'm the one that's getting the short end of the stick. Like, I'm so like confused. I really don't know like what made her have that energy towards me, but I did not want her to say anything over the phone to me because, and after the fight happened, Alyssa was saying that she didn't know how to react and she didn't know what to do because she was neutral. And like I said at the beginning of the video, that is a red flag. If you're neutral, you need to pick a side. I've been playing both sides for the longest. And if she was to say something that I could screenshot or record or something. She didn't want that to get out, and she knew that. So that's why she was trying to call me. She didn't want, you know, it to be made obvious that she was playing both sides the whole time. You know, like, I've never seen anybody get so angry because I wanted them to text me instead of calling me. And if you're my friend, you know I do not like talking on the phone. So, you know, if you know me, you know I don't like talking on the phone. You can send me a voice message or you can text me because I'm not about to call you unless need be. That wasn't important to talk on the phone about in my eyes. You could have sent a voice message. The reason that I look at this as a setup is because it's just a coincidence that we saw Nancy that night. And it's just a coincidence that the same night that we saw her, it ended in a fight. And then you question me when you text me. And then the next day, you unprovokedly get upset with me because I tell you I don't want to talk on the phone. Like, the whole situation just rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm not going to beg somebody to be my friend after I've been trying to have a relationship with this person for the longest and it just never worked out. I'm just, you know, I'm washing my hands with that situation in that friendship because at this point, I feel like I'm forcing it. And I don't want forced friendships. I feel like we're in our 20s now. We're in that age range where we need nothing around us but good vibes, sisterhood, and, like, you know, pure genuine connections with people. I don't want forced friendships around me or people that I have to watch what I tell them or watch my back around them. Like, I don't want that around me. I'm so sorry about it. My camera keeps running out of storage, but before I go, I want to tell you guys, like, I say this to say, if you're a really nice, forgiving, good-hearted person like me, and you find yourself giving people chances after chances, at some point, you gotta stop that. If you and someone stop speaking to each other, they're just gonna have to take that L and you're gonna have to move on with your life. Some people just aren't meant to be in your life long term, no matter how bad you want them to be. You know, look at what happened to me. I kept giving this person chance after chance, even in our adult life, and it just was the same thing from our younger days. And, you know, don't carry that on into your adult life. Once someone shows you who they really are, believe them. Believe them. Some people just don't change and they're going to be the same way their entire life. You know, you may have grown and changed, but that doesn't apply to everyone. That doesn't mean everybody else has changed. Watch who you call your friends as well. Just because you guys have been knowing each other since you guys were like 5 years old, that doesn't mean that they're a good person and that they're meant to be in your life. Do not burn yourself out giving people chance after chance just because you're a nice, forgiving person. You're never going to win in the end doing that. You're going to burn yourself out, like I said. But I think I'm going to end this video here. Hit the subscribe button and don't forget to like and comment. And also DM me on Instagram if you guys want to talk to me or send me any video ideas that you guys would want to see on my channel. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.